Hello and welcome to a pick a card reading. This reading is the next step in your journey. This could be relating to absolutely anything, just the next step ahead for you. A bit of guidance there. So first pile on the left is group 1, pile in the middle is group 2, pile on the right is group 3. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. And there's also a link to my Facebook page. If you'd like a personal private reading with me, you can contact me on there. I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey there, group 1. Welcome to your reading if you chose the rhodonite crystal. It's a beautiful crystal and I often use it for self-worth, self-love, adjusting perceptions of self and things like that. So I felt really drawn to grab that crystal before I pulled the cards, so I imagine that's the theme of this reading in the next step of your journey. So starting out with the next step, we have the Death card, the Nine of Pentacles. So this is some pretty massive changes that you're being asked and guided towards, asked to make and guided towards. I feel like these changes have been probably calling on you for a while. There's some certain choices that you need to make to establish your independence. There's something there's something that maybe needed to be sacrificed. There's definitely a significant ending that you're being called to make. It could be a way of spending money. It could be a relationship that drains you. It's something that depletes your energy, your finances, your resources, your time, but doesn't help you, doesn't nurture. It leaves you feeling depleted, I'm feeling. And it's something that a cycle that maybe needs to end. It could be the way that you're spending money. It could be your attitude towards money. It could be a job that isn't giving you nearly what you're putting in. There's a real indication here as well about independence. Maybe it's being financially independent. It could also be striking out on your own, maybe moving out for the first time. Maybe it's again, I'm feeling it might be a relationship and feeling strong enough to go it on your own with this Nine of Pentacles. Some of the changes that need to be made are all based around self-love. Obviously, it's why I've chosen this crystal, and I just do feel that there's a big glow-up happening for you as a result of growing up. The people in this pile could be very close to their Saturn return as well, or experiencing their Saturn return at the moment. Saturn and Aquarius people. I think those are early 90s babies. Yeah. What needs to be changed? We have the Five of Pentacles, Four of Wands. So spending habits potentially need to be changed. Things that deplete you, things that you're investing in that have not been giving their fair return, things that have left you feeling lack, drained, perhaps questioning your worth, things like that. Because there's a real split here in something that's in your life. I feel like there's something around you, it's your own influence on yourself when you're in your power, but there's certain choices that you have made or people around you that encourage you to live a beautiful, healthy, connected life. Something that's like, I feel like with this card there's an indication that you have a nice community around you, but you also have perhaps some habits or a connection or something that is the exact opposite of that as well. So you have, I just see such amazing potential here, and sometimes it gets wasted, or maybe it's just a significant change or ending that needs to happen for whatever reason. I feel as well that there's a sense of not like enjoying the journey as well. Like we've got this Nine of Pentacles and the Death card. So this to me is a real glow up energy. Like it's a transformation of your whole life in so many different aspects, inside and out. And the indication here with the Five of both of these cards together, 5 to the 4 even, Sometimes we have to make decisions or sacrifices that make us feel like we're taking a step backwards when we're actually not. We're taking a step forwards. It's just part of the journey. There's a lot to be learned in corrective action or a redirection. And there's a real need to not want to rush the journey and be out of this already. Like, obviously, when things are hard, and things are in struggle, we want to be out of it, right? We want to be on the other side of it already. But there's so much in this moment for you, as raw as it may be, and you're being asked also to sit with that and allow it to move through you, and trust that the small steps you take that are in alignment with self-love, healthy boundaries, looking at the bigger picture, really setting yourself up for future success. I mean, the smaller choices and sacrifices you make now. There's in all of that is the journey. That's what it's all about. It's not about getting there. It's not about the destination. It's about getting there. And the Four of Wands is an indication of enjoying the journey and letting it unfold and not trying to push yourself any further than where you are right now in this moment. How can I change this? I put a couple of oracle cards here too. We've got the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, Three of Wands. So I feel like it's something perhaps to do with this situation, stems from emotional triggers. There's again a contrast here in the energy of how can you change this, and I feel like it's not chasing after things that like rushing towards things, but rather taking your energy a bit slower and waiting, and corrective action is what I keep hearing, like redirection, and with the Nine of Cups, it really focusing your energy on that which fills your cup. That's that which brings you nourishment and contentment and wish fulfillment. It's about aligned decisions, I'm feeling. Power of emotions, and bring back the energy again. More indication here of emotional triggers. How can I change this? By recognizing the power of your emotions, and when you're feeling triggered or upset, or the need to act quickly because it hurts, or because you need to just do something to change where it's at and not sit with it. Recognize that, acknowledge that in that moment, and sort of parent yourself in a way. Just be there for that perhaps wounded inner child that wants to react and wants to run. Sitting with self, sitting with that moment as raw as it may be, and bring back the energy. So when you're triggered, we're ready to just throw it out there or do something. Stop and bring that energy back in. Don't react quickly. Don't go rushing in with hasty ideas and making quick moves. This is about alignment and correction and pulling it back in, really like looking out to the horizon to see what's coming towards you, rather than taking too many steps at any time. I feel like a huge amount of this, especially opening with the Death card, this is internal transformation that will then radiate outwards. It's hard to continually, show up for self sometimes when all the external stuff is triggering us to want to run or do what's comfortable, and not, step out of that comfort zone and make hard decisions to sacrifice or to take care of self. It can be so messy sometimes. Okay, so what do I continue doing? This is beautiful. So it's clearly started for you. What do I continue doing? I walk away from what isn't serving. Walk away from that which you have shown up time and time again, giving your all, giving your energy, giving your resource, but not getting anything in return. Walk towards a new horizon for yourself. Make those changes so you're not left feeling the lack, feeling alone, feeling empty. The Hermit card is a spiritual seeker. It's going within for the answers. It's not looking externally for validation. And same with this. Same with the Nine of Pentacles. She is so content in her garden, in her abundance. She trusts that she has her own best interest at heart, and she can protect herself. To the point she's come to this place, I feel, of stability and comfort, that after a lot of diligence and hard work like this, she's earned all of this with all of her actions, all of her thoughts. Male or female, don't get hung up, but woman in the picture, right? So she has definitely earned this level of contentment and the ability to just relax and not be guarded anymore and just be in her own alignment, right? And so what do I continue doing? Continue seeking the truth. Continue going home, coming back home to spirit, to source, to surrender, to going within, to not spending your energy, time and money outwards anymore, but really finding that validation from within. How life will change as a result of these steps. You will end a massive cycle of learning, of self-sabotage ending, I'm feeling as well, because when I pulled this one, I saw the flash of a different world card in a different deck where it's standing on the underdeveloped self. There's an image of it standing on a baby. And those are the certain things, the actions and decisions and comfort zones that would otherwise prevent us from growing and learning. So I feel like how your life will change is the strength in the world. You will have the strength to conquer the world, to conquer anything that comes your way. There's so much self-belief and self-validation and self-liberation that comes with this personal metamorphosis, this internal transformation that will radiate outwards and change your world completely and give you this real, just so activated in the solar plexus, really in your power, right? A huge completion, the ending of something as well. We started with the death card, we finished with the world. Your whole world is changing is what I see here. Now I did get a couple of oracle cards too. We have yin, receptivity. This is the art of the feminine, exactly what I've been talking about, not rushing in there when we feel the need to do and react from triggers or quickly fix something, but rather just allow and allow this moment to move through us. And yeah, what have we got? Go to the book and see the keywords for this deck. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is a time for calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you will see how quickly your dreams manifest. We also had the card hardship. May I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. And really, we're moving from what would be a cold environment, a lacking environment, an empty home, a sad connection, limited resources, restriction, into healthy connection, abundance and joy, community and love, true healthy commitment, supporting each other, all these sorts of energies. It's a stark contrast, and I do see walking towards this, from hardship to joy. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. And that is, trusting in this journey as it unfolds. So that is the next step for you, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I look forward to reading again soon. Bye. Hey, Group 2. Welcome to your reading if you chose the red jasper point. This one is for you. I did a quick Google of red jasper before I started the reading, and it mentioned it's a supportive stone for people who may be recovering or healing from violence or traumatic experiences in that regard. So that may resonate with you as we move into the reading. So we'll see how that unfolds. It's definitely reflective here that there's some past wounds that really are still effective in your life and affecting your life moving forward. But we'll get into it. So what is the next step for Group 2? To have the courage to try something new. To have the courage to just take a leap of faith into the unknown. To try new things to heal. to take the time to heal, to liberate yourself. I got a confirmation card, 7 of Wands. To liberate yourself, to have the courage to face these demons, these wounds, these things that may be preventing you from having a relaxed sense of self, just a peace in your mind, and just being able to just live freely again. Have that, really, I feel like a real need to feel light again, to just be able to be. There's a feeling like almost a suffocation feeling for you around the chest and the throat chakra, and just constricted at times. And so there's a real need for healing and to follow your heart, to tend to your heart, to trust that the universe has your back here as well, to trust that everything's going to be okay, and that a new life is there for you. You can heal from whatever this is. What do I have to change? We've got a lot of mental restlessness energy here. The Hanged Man, the King of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. So perhaps overthinking, harsh analysis, being over-analytical, spending too much time in the mental realm. I pulled an oracle card and I thought I'd just slip it with this bit because it was just so fitting for this point in the reading. It says, I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. Kind of teams in with those cards from group 1. Just having faith that the universe has your back and that you are strong and you can face this and everything is going to be okay. There's a sense of being jaded from harsh experiences that you've had to liberate yourself out of. There's a real fear of having to experience that again. And it may keep you up at night, overthinking, harsh analysis, being overcritical. There's a need to shift your perception here, surrender. Activated at the crown, trusting in the universe. There's a need for softness. There's a need to allow yourself to feel. How can I change this? We have the Wounded Warrior, 9 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. I did notice when I was shuffling before, the bottom of the deck ended up being the Empress. So I just took mental note because I then used the deck again for clarification cards. But at the end of this reading, the Empress was there. So this very well could be about a relationship for you, or moving forward in love, or harmonizing both your masculine and your feminine aspects of yourself, being more balanced and in your power. Healing, bringing back those parts of yourself that have slipped away. There's a need to invest your energy and time into healing. We've got the first card is the Wounded Warrior, so it's addressing those deep wounds. And it may be that you've put walls up around yourself to protect yourself, which is fair enough. You may need some time behind these walls to heal and nurture yourself. There is a need for corrective action and making things happen. I'm just seeing which oracle. I'm not sure if I put them there for this. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. These oracle cards were with this section as well, so I've spent a while just analysing this reading because it just feels quite intense, and I feel like I need to be careful and gentle with my words in this reading because it feels like it could be something quite serious for some people here. We've got some very strong, authoritative cards here, like extremely strong. We have the King of Swords, we have the Emperor, we have Judgment and Justice. Very, very strong masculine energy, very sharp, unforgiving energy at times too. We have Stop. and follow. Stop is all about overanalyzing and just going on this path that brings you round and round and round, same actions that just bring you the same results based on wounds and being triggered from the past, wanting to protect yourself. There's a need to stop some certain behaviours and thought patterns that just aren't serving you, and to shift perceptions and surrender and allow. Allow yourself to have trust that everything will be okay. The Fool card is here. You're encouraged to take a leap of faith, or a new step, a different way of doing things. We have also Follow, which I feel is in alignment with this Fool and Strength card too, with trying new things, new healing modalities, perhaps following someone's guidance, allowing someone else to perhaps take the lead. The Empress with the underlying energy before, it could be feminine guidance, allowing, surrender. It's very much needing to step into the feminine, heal the feminine, perhaps feel that feminine energy within. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. And that with Follow, absolutely. I feel like there's a real need to perhaps not be over-analysing, overthinking, sitting in fear, repeating old stories, repeating old wounds, and feeling like they're going to happen again, or just feeling really distrustful of life. There's a lot of spiritual guidance available to you in these readings that you may receive, or other readings, other readers, oracle cards that you can pull for yourself, your own some feminine practices that can help bring nurturing. I feel like self-love, self-nurturing action is really important, rather than being too in the mind. I feel like this, I'm jumping all over the place with this reading because it feels kind of everywhere. A lot of scattered thoughts, a lot of scattered energy. What do I continue doing? Two of Wands. Leaving behind an old life, an old path, old choices, old behaviour, old... what did I just hear? I just heard it and it slipped away. It's sort of like safety measures, old protective measures, things like that. We've got the Judgment and Justice coming out together now. And that's where the Two of Pentacles is looking towards. It's looking towards truth, integrity, awakening, understanding, a new way of life that's based in truth and honesty, trusting that you can have a nice and balanced connection, something that calls you to learn more about yourself, calls you to your life purpose. If it is about a relationship, there's a high indication of that. But if it's not about a relationship and just your journey forward, and which is also, it's just, well, different people will take this differently, so take what resonates. But the Justice card and the Judgment card could also be talking about, with the King of Swords here too, the Emperor, we could have some very heavy court cards here talking about the justice system. So if it is some sort of, if there's some domestic violence in the past with this crystal coming out, going through those proceedings perhaps, or some sort of proceeding to protect yourself, or just honouring the law, or the restrictions that may have been put upon you for whatever reason, or there's a lot of really strong, honest, integral cards here. And this is in what you continue to do. You continue to walk towards that, towards the truth, towards deeper understanding, towards trusting in the universe and this path that you're on, and all that you're learning, all that you can learn, the new world that's in your hand, that there is a new world ready if you just take this leap and try new things and have the courage to try and trust. Follow the guidance of spiritual guidance that's around you and stop repeating old things. It's okay to break that comfort zone. How will life change as a result of this next step? These are such beautiful cards. We have the Star, first of all. New hope, healing, inspiration, feeling divinely guided, feeling connected, feeling guided, absolutely. The Four of Swords, healing, time to contemplate, resting the mind. Eight of Pentacles, dedication, devotion, focus, self-mastery. It feels, I can't even express the word. I feel a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions at this point in the reading. It feels so tender and overwhelming. And a little bit sad, deep in the heart, deep in the heart. There's a sadness. I feel like that's trusting, that they're with a lot of, really trying your best here to focus on what it is that you need to heal, what it is that you need to focus without the distractions, without the overthinking, really bringing yourself into your body and focusing and following a new path that's going to help you, following these healthy actions or things that are going to bring you healing, going to bring you nourishment. We have other oracle cards now. Feelings. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they can no longer hold me captive. We have perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. And then there was two oracles that came out from Wisdom of the Oracle that were quite intense, actually. We have Between Two Worlds. Transitions, not quite being out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness and no man's land. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking, and making again. What is essential now is to admit to knowing. There is greatness, there is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than our own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with curious eyes of a child glimpsing at a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. For those in relationship message, it's time to explore a new energy between you and another. This is not a moment for uncertainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase in your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. And the other oracle card was Round and Round. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break. Revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. Exactly. Revisiting these old thought patterns, these old fears, these old anxieties from a new perspective. Trusting that everything is going to be okay and that you are strong. You are safe. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backwards, the truth is that you are standing at a higher level, looking down onto your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. In the relationship message, I do feel I should read it as well. So if it's not for you, that's the end of the reading, but this is the last bit. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you've learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. That is the reading for you, Group 2. It feels intense. I'd love to hear from you. Just even if it resonated at all. That's you, Group 2, with the red jasper, healing from wounds and healing from violence and your maybe own violent thoughts and, trusting that things are going to be okay. There is so much healing available to you. Just quit the distractions and really channel all that energy into your own self-love. Leave it to Group 2. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Hey there, Group 3. This is for you. If you chose the Clear Quartz Geode, this will be your reading. And when I chose this crystal in particular, I felt just a real squishiness, like excitement bubbling up, really lots of cleansing, lots of things growing, lots to be excited about. Maybe changes in the home, just really, I just got this real cuddly, squishy feeling. Maybe, there's a lot of growth. It feels like a very positive message. So, and then that sort of continued on into the first cards, right? So what is the next step for you? The Knight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So the next step might be to take a leap of courage and try something that you have picked up before. There's something here that you may have started and stopped on a certain project or something you want to do. There's a need to reignite that passion and take that step and really believe in it and take the next step in investing in whatever this idea or project or thing is that you want to do or start or continue. Show up again is the message. Invest in another piece of your time or a bit more money or whatever needs to be applied to the situation to bring about your vision. I feel like there may have been some challenges in the past. Maybe there's some setbacks. That could be the case. So maybe you stopped or maybe other things in life sort of kept you busy. That could be the case too, or could be your own fears, own fears of success maybe. Things like that. So I do feel stop-start energy a little bit here, but it is time to start again maybe, or to take that next step. You're totally ready for whatever this is. You may have had a new idea come to you to bring to creation or to do, and I feel like as well that the idea or the way you're going to go about this journey or whatever this is for you will be quite spontaneous and fun, and there'll be a lot of learning along the way. There will be some some unexpected things, I suppose, maybe some hurdles and challenges, but you can leap over them is what I'm saying here, with excitement and ready for it, and it's like sort of nothing can get in your way sort of energy, I feel, and go for it. What do you have to change? We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Maybe a sense of control on the plan, because the Knight of Wands is a bit free-spirited. We do need to ground it with, a plan or some sort of action. But perhaps maybe being a bit over over-controlling of things. There might be a need to invest your energy differently, or save your money if that's applied here, and protect your money in some way there. I want to get another card on this section now that I'm at this point. There we go, Page of Cups. Okay, so yeah, you need to be a bit more flowing, be a bit more spontaneous, less rigid, have more fun with it, be more present with it, have a lot more creativity and fun and joy from it, rather than being so routine and structured, because it will manifest naturally. It'll become a real natural manifestation, a real unfolding of what's inside you if you just have a bit more fun with it. Or maybe this is allowing somebody to help you, or getting inspiration from another source. Yeah, I feel like that could be really helpful for you, actually, for some people here, to break out and do something a bit different, to absorb some new information or new inspiration to help you move forward out of the structured plan of how you're going about things. I mean, I do feel like there's a real sense of needing to be structured and stable and stay the course, and really apply yourself, and you may be limited on your time and such, but there's also a real need to balance a bit of that out with some flow. And believing in yourself as well, being your own best friend, having healthy, happy thoughts towards yourself, dreaming big and believing in your dreams, letting your dreams be, no boundaries, I suppose. Sort of let it be natural and flowy. How can you change this? Anxiety. With the Two of Wands as well. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands, the Judgment. Getting clear, trusting your knowing, trusting the guidance. Believing in your own power to take this new journey, perhaps, to step into this unknown world, to leap away from what is known, what is tried and tested, what is comfortable, and to learn something new, maybe. Getting a bit more extra sleep as well could be helpful. A little less time in the head, a little bit more time in the body, a bit more play, a bit more spontaneity. There's a lot here to be learned about your power as well. I love that these two came out together. What power does Group 3 need to change this? My power, you are ready. You're ready to claim your power, your position, to move up in the world, to take this new opportunity, to apply yourself and to see what will come of it. To really give it your best. You've got all that it takes. My power. Remember that you are powerful. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power towards what I want. And that's what this is here. Using your knowing to redirect towards what you want, a new world, really hearing that purpose, that calling, and knowing that the universe is supporting you and you are being guided to make these choices, decisions, and redirections away from anything that stops you from having peace of mind and believing in yourself and knowing that you are safe and secure and that you can do and achieve anything you want. You're ready to achieve. You're ready to step into your power. You're ready to release anxieties and fears and self-doubts or anything that says I'm not enough or I can't. You absolutely can. There is a lot of light in this doubting moment as well. There's a lot to be gained from this doubting moment, to really see how powerful you are and show yourself. Some of the oracle cards that came out, I think I put them in this section. I'm going to them anyway. Self-acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear Divine. Knowing that you are enough, absolutely. You can achieve whatever this is. You can go for it. It could have been a few stop-starts on this project that may have made you doubt. Maybe for some people that could be the case. Just take what resonates. Sanctuary. A sanctuary resides inside no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath. Enter and sit down on the throne of your own heart. And I feel like that's a bit of a message of just surrender and trust again, knowing that you are ready. Knowing that you don't need to know all of the answers, have all of the information, or have achieved what you're trying to achieve here in this point in the journey. You don't have, you're working towards that. You don't need to have that now, if that makes sense for some people. Maybe you're wanting to, you're just feeling like, can I do this? It feels like a high goal for you maybe that is here. This is something that you really want, something that is maybe a challenge to acquire, but you've got everything it takes. You're so ready. You've got everything it takes. And just to trust, and when everything gets a bit overwhelming, just go deep inside and remember that you can just sit in silence for a moment. You can sit in peace and just be in here. And the rest of the world, achievements, goals, status, things don't exist. Just for a minute, come back inside and just sit with yourself. There's a need for a bit of that gentleness, meditation, moments of self-love and just sanctuary, right? What do I continue doing? Letting go, ending cycles of feeling lack, not enough, not smart enough, not enough finance, and just unable, things like this, things that make you feel lacking. 9 of Cups came out as confirmation here as well. Continue chasing and believing in your dreams, trusting that there is good things here coming for you and that you are working towards that. Maybe you need to end cycles or leave something behind to take this new journey. Maybe you're starting out with very little on this journey. There is indication here of a fresh beginning. We've got 1 pentacle at the start here. But believing in your dreams, chasing after what you really want for you in this life, not other people's dreams or ideals of what you should be achieving or could be achieving, but really what you want, your purpose, that thing that is calling to you, that thing that is asking you to take a new direction. The oracle card I put in this point was, I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. So feeling like maybe you haven't got enough or you are not enough to achieve your dreams. Release that. Release that habit, that thought pattern. Let it go and just trust in the direction, trust in where you're being guided towards. You're going to be shown more of yourself through this journey. The outcome and how life will change as a result. Everything, I think, will change. The Hanged Man, 10 of Cups and the Magician. This is a huge, powerful manifesting card to end the reading on. You're starting with maybe an impulsive, inspired idea. New, maybe you've tried before, maybe it hasn't worked in the past and you want to try again. Or maybe it's something fresh and new completely. You're just like novice energy, right? But you're ending here with a total new perception on what happiness and success looks like to you, and having achieved that for yourself, or at least knowing that you're good in this moment, and only good is coming to you because of your actions, because of your wisdom, your awareness, and the way you apply yourself to life. Trusting in the universe, surrendering when the times are hard and you're not too sure, surrendering to that. Activated at the crown, I love the Hanged Man for that reason. It's just activated and trusting the universe and knowing that there's always another way to look at things. There's always another approach to things. There's always a new thing to learn and absorb, and the 10 of Cups in your happy ever after sort of energy and the how your life will change. You will get a lot more emotional fulfillment from making this choice, from stepping into your power, from maybe revealing a bit more of yourself to the world. You're so ready to do that. You're being guided towards that. So the other oracle card I have for this reading was Yang. The masculine principle of movement and creativity, activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now, right? So, so beautiful to end with the Magician and then that powerful confirmation on that. Go for it. Believe in yourself. Put these doubts aside. Accept yourself as you are in this moment, at this point in the journey. You're here. You're not there, you're right here in this moment, and you're learning, you're absorbing, you're growing. Each day is a new opportunity. I love it. It feels squishy. Just like very much about you, your purpose, your desires, your wishes, what you want. It's time to prioritize that and go for it. All right, group 3, I'm leaving it there. Look forward to reading again soon. Bye.